Okay, Assalamualaikum. Today we'll be presenting on Al-Ghazali's dialogue, English Communication. Al-Ghazali's dialogue, English Communication, is a subject created specifically to emphasize on building students' communicative abilities in English language. Here, the students are able to discuss, argue, and defend their thoughts based on selected case studies. This subject is unique and new, and it has not been introduced before. Therefore, it will be very interesting to have a subject that could combine not only on language ability. Here we are referring to the communicative ability, but at the same time we could test their leadership skills, their decision making skills, and how they could incorporate analytical tools, and to create and to think critically. This course has three core principles. The first one is case-based learning. Second is analytical tools, and third is critical thinking. All these three core principles, we have two major concepts. There is Akli and Nakli. Akli and Nakli is a combination of real knowledge and spiritual knowledge. It is very important for the students to make a decision using spiritual knowledge, because it will be because at the same time it will be beneficial for them. At the same time also, it will be a balanced decision. And how the students are going to be evaluated? So we'll be having a group discussion, students presentation, forums, and also impromptu speech. So these are how the students through this, the students will be assessed and evaluated. For this, this is an example of case study. Sorry, this is an example of case study. The students are given the case study where they need to read, they need to understand, and they need to discuss. This is another example. First, they need to read, understand, and discuss, and they come up with a solution. But in order to come up with a solution, they need to use the analytical tools. We have two analytical tools. One is fishbone, another one is SWOT analysis. Example of SWOT analysis. Using these tools, they need to think critically. Obviously, they need to discuss, and also they need to come out with a sound decision. So this will help them to have a balanced decision. These two tools will help them to have a balanced decision. That's why this course is innovative, using these two tools. For teaching principle, communicative language learning emphasizes on the use of authentic material, and it also emphasizes on the process of communication and focuses on student-centered learning process. For critical thinking, the strategies are used in the discussion and assessment, and students are exposed to the strategies and encouraged to use them. Apart from that, students are also encouraged to apply the Akli Nakli knowledge to support and elaborate their opinion. The integration between thinking skills and Akli Nakli knowledge helps students to have better and more critical opinion towards certain topic. For innovativeness, case studies are used as learning materials, and they are able to fulfill communicative language teaching principles. Students are given the cases to be understood and analysed, in order to answer the task or to solve the problem that arises from the case. Here, they are encouraged to use critical thinking strategies as well as Akli Nakli knowledge in analysing the case. The language camp is based on what that we are going to do in the course, and students are involved in activities and they are required to be critical thinker. For example, troubleshooting, students are required to find issues in the newspaper, authentic material for communicative language teaching, and also analyze the issues, provide solution using SWOT analysis. And students are later required to present their findings. Apart from being a critical thinker, leadership skills are also emphasized throughout the camp. Okay, for impact on teaching and learning. Okay, this is the teaching theory that we are going to use case-based teaching and communicative language teaching. And learning theory, we are going to use constructivism learning theory. Okay, using case-based teaching, students will develop skills in analytical thinking, and they are able to ponder and reflect judgment by reading and discussing complex and real-life situation, referring to the caselets in the module. Okay, using the case-based teaching, students need to analyze, brainstorm, reflect, and present their thoughts, okay, or point of views to the audience. Okay, indirectly we'll be using communicative language teaching, okay, because this is to polish up their English language skills, because the Ministry of Higher Education mentioned that all the subjects, all the English language, any English language subjects, okay, is to fulfill the language requirement needed in the industry or workplace in the future. Okay, so communicative language teaching emphasizes on fluency and ability to communicate in a various setting in many different ways. As for learning theory, we are going to use constructivism theory, where students are not passive recipients, but they are able to be active and social. And here, students will gain problem solving skills. Okay, they will create more knowledge. They're able to reflect and talk about the gist of the caselets. And at the end of the semester, they could have excellent communication skills, good critical thinking skills, problem solving skills, self-esteem, teamwork, and leadership qualities. So at the moment we are having two ongoing research. Okay, the first one is spoken discourse analysis of military cadets, reflection of direct leadership skills in their communication strategies, and the effectiveness of speaking modules among cadet officers. So these two research are using Al-Ghazali's dialogue English language communication as the main reference. So we can also have student presentation here. And these are the references that being used. So we would like to thank all the listeners for listening. Thank you very much.